Hello and welcome to the MSTAR training session on how to enter parent details of an applicant. Before we start this activity, we must check that the applicant details have been entered in the screen Applicant Personal Details. Let us see the steps to capture the parent details of an applicant. Click on the button MSTAR and select Module Admission from the list of modules. The module name appears on the screen indicating that you are now working in the admission module. Click on the activities and select the screen Applicant Parent Details. Once the screen opens, select the academic year, select session in which the applicant has been registered for whom we need to enter the parent details. Click on the View button and a window Registered Student opens showing us the list of all the applicants we have registered in the selected session. Search for the applicant name by entering in the student box and click on the name of the applicant. The details of the applicant appears on the main screen. The screen is divided in two sections, parent details and address details. In the parent details, we would enter the parent details of the applicant, and in the address details section we will be able to enter the address details of the parent types. So in the parent details section, select the parent type, select title from the list of title against the text title. If any title is not available in the list, then you can enter a new title by clicking on the button New. A window New Title opens and you can enter the title. In this, we can enter maximum 5 characters. Both text and number can be entered, and the title name gets entered only in the capital letters. Click on the Save button. Data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message and close the window by clicking on the button Close. After doing so, check in the title box and you will see the entered title in the list. If the parent selected is a single parent, then click on the square box against the single parent, indicating that the parent is a single parent type. Enter first name of the parent. You can enter maximum 25 characters in this field, and only text can be entered. Data in this field has to be entered to save the details on the screen. Enter middle name of the parent. You can enter 19 characters in this field and only text can be entered in this field. It is an optional field for saving the details. Enter last name of the parent, that is the surname of the parent. Again, you can enter 25 characters in this field and only text can be entered. This is also an optional field for saving the details of the parent. Enter parent's age. You can enter maximum value up to 99.9 years in this field and only number can be entered in this field. This is also an optional field. The fields that are marked with star sign are mandatory for saving the details in the screen. Now, in order to save the parent details, we have to enter the occupation details of the parent. To capture the parent's occupation details, select a value from the list against the occupation for the parent and click on the button provided next to it. A new window Service Details opens. Details in this field has to be entered for saving the details of occupation. So select a service type. Select Service Details for the service type. Enter the name of the organization. You can enter maximum 74 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. If the parent is retired, you can also click on the box against retired till a small tick appears. If you have the service number, you can enter the service number for the parent service details in the service number field. Maximum 15 characters can be entered in this field. You can enter both text and number, and it is an optional field. Select rank for the service details of the parent If the rank is not available in the list, click on the new button and a new rank window opens. Enter the rank as required and click on button Save. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click on OK and close the new rank window by clicking on the button Close. Now the rank field will have the new rank entered. Enter trade name of the parent in the organization against the text trade. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. Enter unit name for the parent service details, and if the parent is retired, you can also enter the retirement date of the parent. The date can be entered in the day, month and year format. This is also an optional field. Click on OK after entering the service details. Enter the designation of the parent in the box provided against the text designation. Enter annual income of the parent against the text annual income. You can enter up to 10 characters in this field and only numbers can be entered. This is also an optional field. Enter PAN number of the parent. Maximum 10 characters can be entered in this field. Both text and number can be entered. This is also an optional field. If the selected parent type is a step parent, then you can mark him as step parent by clicking on the box against text step parent and a tick appears. If the selected parent type is a fee contact for fee emergencies and queries, then you can mark the parent type as the fee contact by clicking on the box against fee contact. If the parent type is also an emergency contact in case of any emergency situations, then tick on the box against the text emergency contact. If the parent is an ex-student of the school, then click on the box against ex-student and a small window ex-student opens. Enter the year of passing of the parent. In this you can enter only the year format and number can only be entered. Enter admission number of the parent if available. Maximum 19 characters can be entered in this field and this is an optional field. You can enter both text and number in this field. Enter the branch name from which the parent had passed. You can enter 70 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. This is also an optional field to save. Click on OK button and the window closes. You can also maintain the extracurricular activities for the parent. For this, click on the button extracurricular activities and a small window opens. Click on the applicable box against the extracurricular activity and a small tick appears while you click on it. Click on OK button. Click on the save button on the toolbar to save the details as entered. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message and click on the clear button to clear the details as entered by us. Now it is important to see the details that have been entered by us. Select the current academic year. Select the session in which the student was registered and click on button View. Select the name of the student for whom we want to check the details and the details as entered appear on the screen. Click on the clear button and repeat the steps to enter the parent details of other applicants. In the screen applicant parent details, so we have just saved the details of the parent father for a student. If you would like to capture the details of other parent types like mother, you can repeat the same steps. To enter the details of local guardian, you have to ensure that you enter the telephone number of the local guardian and also select the local guardian to be married. For this, once we select the parent type as local guardian, the married checkbox appears and we have to click on the box to indicate that the local guardian is married. You can also capture the doctor details of a particular child. Click on the clear button to clear the screen. We can also capture the qualifications of parents in the applicant parent details. The details of qualification of parent type is not a mandatory requirement for saving the parent information of the applicant, but It forms an important information for the school. To capture the parents' details for qualifications, select the applicant by clicking on the View button and click on the button against qualification. It opens a small window, highest qualification. Select qualification category. Enter the qualification in the qualification text. You can enter 73 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. Enter the name of the institute of the qualification for the parent. You can enter maximum 73 characters in this field. Both text and number can be entered. Enter the university name for the institute. Maximum 140 characters in this field can be entered and both text and number can be entered. In the last, you can enter the qualification year of passing. This has to be entered in the year format only. You can enter year between the range 1900 and the current year, and only numbers can be entered. Click on OK to save the qualification details. Click on the Save button to save the details as entered. Data saving confirmation message is received. Click on OK and click on the Clear button to clear the screen. Now, to check the qualification that we have just entered, click on the View button, select the student for which we have entered the qualification details and check the qualifications as entered. Click on Clear button and repeat the steps to enter the qualification details of other applicants. Repeat the steps to enter the qualification details of parents of other applicants or for the other parent type of the same applicant. We can maintain the address details of the parent of the applicant in this screen. For this, select the current academic year, select session in which the applicant was registered, click on the View button and select the applicant name. The details of the applicant appear on the main screen. In the section Parent Details, select the parent type for which you would like to enter the address. By default, the parent type shows as father. Then, in the section Address Details, select the address type from the list against the text type. You will see a list of the address types already available in this list. So, you can enter the doctor, emergency, official, permanent, postal, present and residential address of the parent of the applicant. That means you can enter all 7 types of addresses for one parent of the applicant. If the selected address type is also the residential address of the applicant, then click on the box against resident and a tick appears. Only a single address in all the address types can be marked as the resident address. Enter the address details in the address line 1. You can capture maximum 95 characters in this field. You can enter both text and number in this field, and data in this field has to be entered for saving the details in the screen. You can also enter more details of the address in the address line 2. Maximum 95 characters can be entered in this field. Both text and number can be entered and it is an optional field. Enter the name of the city in the city text box. Maximum 45 characters can be entered in this field and both number and text can be entered. This is an optional field. Select state of the address, select country, enter PIN code if available. You can enter maximum 6 characters in this field and only numbers are allowed in this field. This is an optional field. You can also enter the PO box of the address. Only 4 characters can be entered in this field and only numbers can be entered. This is also an optional field. Select zone in the zone box. The data in this field has to be entered for saving the details. Select area based on the zone. The data in this field has to be selected to save the details. Enter email address of the parent type of the applicant if it is available. You can enter maximum 100 characters in this field. You can enter text and number and also the special characters in this field. This is an optional field. Enter mobile number of the parent type. You can enter maximum 10 characters in this field and only numbers can be entered. You can also capture second mobile of the parent type in the mobile 2 field. Again, 10 characters can be entered in this field and only numbers are allowed. Both mobile 1 and mobile 2 are optional fields. Enter nearest railway for the address entered. Maximum 48 characters can be entered. This is an optional field, and both text and numbers can be entered. You can also capture the nearest airport for the address we have entered. Maximum 90 characters are allowed in this field. Both text and numbers can be entered. This is also an optional field. Enter the telephone number of the parent. You can enter the details in the format of STD code, the telephone number and the extension number. In the STD code field, you can enter maximum 5 characters. In the number field, you can enter maximum 16 characters, and in the extension field, you can capture maximum 5 characters. You can only enter number in these fields, and these fields are optional for saving the details. You can capture the second telephone number also for the parent. You can enter the STD code, the main number and the extension if applicable. Enter the fax number of the parent type. You can enter details in the format STD code where maximum 5 characters are allowed. Enter the telephone number where 16 characters are allowed and only numbers can be entered in these fields. This is also an optional field. If you want to maintain the mobile number or the telephone number of other parent types, then address details of other parents has to be entered. Therefore, if mobile number of both father and mother has to be entered, address details of both father and mother has to be entered separately. Click on button Save on the toolbar and the data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message. Click on the Clear button and this clears the screen. It is important to check the details that we have just entered. So, click on the View button and select the applicant name. Select the parent type for which we want to check the address, and the address is displayed in the address details section. Click on the Clear button to clear the screen and repeat the steps to enter the address details of other parent types of the applicant or other applicants. Another point to be noted in this screen is that if the father's address is same as that of the mother's address for the applicant, then you can copy the address of the father into the mother's address. Let us see the steps to do so. Click on the View button and select the name of the applicant. Select the parent type father and check that the address is available. Select the parent type as mother and make sure that the parent details of the mother are saved. Once the parent details are saved, select the same address type as that has been entered for the parent father and click on the square button against same as father. A tick appears and a message also appears that we have already selected the resident for father's permanent address, which means that the father's address type permanent is already marked as resident. Therefore, it will not mark the same for the mother. Click on the cancel button and it shows the mother's address same as that of father. Click on the save button and a data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the data confirmation message and click on the clear button to clear the screen. Repeat the steps for other applicants' parent details. Other points to remember in this screen are that it is an option available with you whether you would like to capture the parent details at the time of registration for the applicants, or you would like to do the same once the admission is done, because the same screens are also available for the admitted students and you can capture the details at that time. Although, if the details have been captured at the time of registration in this screen, then once you have admitted the applicant, then the same details appear for the student as well. The address details that are marked as resident becomes the default address and gets reflected in all the reports for parents in admission, etc. Thank you for watching this video.